And welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. Dare I say it? I actually like Labyrinth Zone. Well, almost. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I suddenly died. I'm guessing that's due to, again, doing something that was a problem in the Master System version of Sonic 1. That is the death crunch, which is a thing, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what happens there, but yeah. And I am mostly going to be doing Labyrinth Zone as Tails because of his ability to swim. Seriously, it is unparalleled in the Sonic universe. Seriously. If I was playing the original game, I would not be able to swim that high with Sonic, or to jump that high, or get that high even with Sonic. So yeah, same things apply, however, with Tails. You still have to run out of thing. And you will note that, of course, the drowning music, because of the limitations of the Master System, wasn't played originally. So yeah. But yes, there is still the in the water. However, with Tails here, it's a bit easier because he can swim. Yes. And we're also about to get the final Chaos Emerald. Now, originally in Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive and on the thing, there were only 6 Chaos Emeralds. In the remake done by Creative Area, there are 7. So, yeah. And that also means you can unlock super forms for all the characters, not just Sonic. And they are playable in the level as well, so yay for that. Also, our old friend the Orbinaut is here. And he behaves just as he would have done in the Mega Drive version. Just trying to stay above there so I can not drown, shall we say. But yes, Tails' swimming ability really comes in handy. It makes Labyrinth Zone a lot easier. Although you still have to be wary of any water bubbles that you will need to get. Of course. And here, our best faces are here as well. But with Tails, it kind of kills the thing. Now, off there to the left, that's where the Chaos Emerald would have been in the Game Gear version. I believe in the Master System it's even harder because it's over a spike pit. But anyway, let's get to the special stage. And this one is going to be interesting because, again, it's upside down, but now it's also a version of the one with the pinball flippers. Yeah, so unless you're standing on your head, it's going to be very hard to get the Chaos Emerald in about 50 seconds because of the stupid pinball bumpers and everything here. Yeah. So I'm glad they were even in the original game because they're a huge staple of the thing there. What I'm trying to do there is get to the... So the emerald isn't there, so never mind. I'm ponging all over the place. Yeah, that's the noise of the thing. And like before, the Chaos Emerald is well hidden amongst the rings there. Especially if you're going upside down, it's going to be very hard to find the emerald. However, now we've unlocked these super forms, and it's not just for Tails, it's also for the other characters as well. So Knuckles, also, at the beginning of each stage, there's this huge ring, which will automatically give you, dare I say it, 50 rings. So you can immediately go super and cheese the game, which in some cases you do. Sadly, you do not, unlike with Sonic Mania, get a separate button for the super form. So if you're trying to make Tails fly, you'll automatically go super if you press the X button. In this case, if you're playing on the DualSense 2 controller. I said it again, DualSense controller, not DualShock. I'm thinking DualShock on the PS2 there. But anyway, that being said, yeah. Because he is super, that does mean Tails will not have to worry about drowning, making him invisible underwater. Seriously. It was the case in Hydro City, and it is certainly the case in the Remake's version of Labyrinth Zone. Probably my least favourite underwater level. Seriously, although Lost Labyrinth was a little closely in, dare I say, Sonic 4 Episode 1. So let's go over here and get through this area. And then get a 1-up, definitely. Yeah, that was definitely not a thing. In fact, whenever you got one the thing, it would also actually show Eggman, which is really weird, but never mind. Anyway, speaking of Eggman, also unlike the original version, we can actually go super here. So, I don't know, do I want to? Yes. Eggman is in his submarine and he will launch bombs at you and very good guided missile or torpedoes, as in not missiles. But yeah, the torpedoes, if I hadn't gone super, they may well have killed Tails there with that torpedo. Not so here, it seems. And the only time when you can't hit him with the super form is when he's over the middle of the area. Seriously, that is a pain in the ass because of that. But yeah, I easily cheese out an otherwise usually difficult boss. Just look at the Game Gear version. Anyway, that being said, that's Labyrinth Zone. Now on to Scrap Brain Zone. And this one is a real pain in the ass, seriously. Scrap Brain Zone. This one, the first act is okay, I guess. But Scrap Brain Zone is easily one of the hardest levels in the game. I'm playing this as Knuckles because of various things. We'll get to that. Knuckles can actually climb up walls, as he did in the Mega Drive games, and basically explore as before, so yay, I guess. But the thing to watch out for in the first act are the various obstacles. There's also a one up there. But unlike in the original game, you can actually get some height off of it. All these electric things in the way as well. Yay. Then climb up here. Although this one won't open. That's because we need to find a switch, which is located under the conveyor belts here. Just be careful of the let's say the electrical traps. They are very annoying. Yes, I'll say that. Then let's go through here, destroy the enemy. That is even easier with the additional momentum in the remake. And the first act is over before it's, well, over. Seriously. Easily farming lives here, so... That being said, let's get into the next bit, which is, of course, Act 2. And this one's going to be harder because Act 2 introduces, and also Act 3 for that matter, introduces a kind of mechanic that does confuse people, including myself, because in the original game, you had to find a specific thing, and this is the case in this version as well, but never mind that. I'll just get up here. Yeah, I don't think Super Knuckles gives you any ability. Then again, it didn't in originally, so never mind, eh? Let's go up here and follow the passageway because, yeah. Another thing of note, the remake doesn't switch between screens. Now, here is where the Chaos Emerald would have been. I say would have. It's down one of these chutes. It depends in which version. I know it's in the leftmost one in the Game Gear version. But in this one, I don't know, man, I don't know. But, yeah. Well, basically what we're trying to do is make our way to a certain area as well. So, yeah. The ball hogs are here. Of course they are. Now, you wouldn't think that you wouldn't be Scrap Brain without the other guys. Yeah, apparently the game is so glitchy in the remake that you can actually fly above there. But yeah, that's where we're supposed to go through this teleporter, and then emerge in this room with the thing, and then press the switch, and then make our way over there. That's, thing there. Well, I'll get to that. For now, let's go down here and destroy the ball hogs. There's another room off to the right there, which I'll get to. This is, however, where, as I say, the Chaos Emerald would have been, but that's where the confusing bit is, because from muscle memory, you would think you would want to get the Chaos Emerald, but no, not in this case. And I'm running out of Chaos Emeralds. What I'm doing, nothing. Exactly. I'm doing nothing, which is not great. I'll climb up here. Although now that thing's closed, I believe that's where I went anyway, so I'm going in circles here. That is the problem with Scrap Brain Zone in the Master System and Game Gear versions. Yeah. The fact that you have to go a different way multiple times. It's more like Labyrinth than Labyrinth Zone, if that's saying anything. So now we press that switch, it will open that door there. So yay. Go through here. Follow the passageway around. And outside is pretty much death. And let's continue through here. Seriously. Trying to avoid death, although having said that, it's a bit easier this time with the thing there, so that's basically Scrap Brain Zone Act 2. As for Act 3, oh boy! In addition to adding a maze mechanic, which was originally in the original game on the Master System and Game Gear, they added a timer to this level and it's counting down very quickly. Oh yes. Oh, I paused there, but whatever, we'll get to that. Oh, as I say, you'll notice that some doors will only open and whatnot in certain times, so where we want to go, because we have a minute and a half to get out of here before we die, is to go through the correct doors. So we're going to take the bottom door here, through the electric traps, take the spring up here, go straight around to the other door, and then... what the hell is with the controls there? And use this spring to go to the left. Oh, and not open this door at all. Yeah, that's a problem. I don't know why I did that. Let's go to the other door then. And go around. And then go up here. We'll open the other door. And then go to the left. Don't go to the right, even though there's a one up there. There's a switch there, which I think gets pressed twice. Although you can jump over it and go to the door there. And at the very end, Eggman runs away. Yeah, despite being so fatty, he's actually a good runner. Who knew? Well, that being said, let's get to the next level, which in the Game Gear and Master System would actually be Skybase Zone. In this game, however, we get Starlight Zone. And for a level I liked in the Mega Drive version, this is my least favorite remade level from that version, seriously, as we'll see in a moment. Although the light's shining is really nice, seriously. But yeah, the first act I actually do like, because at least it does very well to recreate what was in the original level, even if the loop-de-loops aren't there, so... yeah, the first Act 1 of Starlight Zone on the Master System remake is actually pretty good. That isn't the problem, especially, although having said that, you can usually cheese it with the Knuckles there. Seriously. The only problem is towards the end of the act. Seriously. We'll get to that. But now let's go down here and obviously get the fireballs there. And then press this switch. Now, here's where the clincher comes in. Because here is where we will have to completely not mess up here, so yay. We have to go around it to get to the other side, which, yeah, not easy. That's where things get rather tough for our red Echidna here. So yeah, you will actually see how this switch works, really. And there is nothing off to the right there, so let's go further down, shall we? Let's jump over the switch, and apparently even touching it is a no-no, seriously. I can go back over there. Seriously, that's the only bit that really annoyed me here with this level. Well, with this act. Act 2, however, oh boy. I have plenty of things to say about Act 2 of Starlight Zone. So indeed, let's get to it, I say. So Act 2 of Starlight Zone basically is an on-rails segment with Knuckles driving a bike or car or something. Seriously, having to avoid the obstacles. Without saying it, this is my least favourite bit of the level. I'm sorry. But I wanted to, although I would say that the first bit of the level, the lights light up to the music, I do like that actually. Sadly, you cannot jump on the enemies there. However, it does feature loop-de-loops, but I don't know. This is not as good as what was in there. Yeah, on-rail segments, not always a fan of them when they... Yes, aesthetically it's rather pleasing, but I don't know, it's one of those things that is over before before you even begin because of how short the level is as well, so... Yeah, not my favourite, but never mind. I'm guessing that's the only way Creative Area could have put the loop-de-loops into Starlight Zone. It's just a shame by a gimmick, but there we go. Anyway, that being said, on to the boss, and it is fairly similar to the Mega Drive version. We'll get to that, and I'll get the big ring, yes. But let's go up here first. Fairly similar, although the difference is the electrodes, which are in the Sky-based Zone, which first make their appearance here. Here and whatnot, if that makes any sense. Why I did that, but whatever. Put there. Don't mess me about. But the way to destroy Eggman is the same. Basically, use the thing. The only difference is the springs bouncing very, very high. But it's nice to have the mechanic that actually was in the original boss fight, so yeah. The difference is here, though, is that there's a bottomless pit below you, so you have to be careful, of course. Your super form, however, is a lot easier. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one when we finish the game. Goodbye!